10 million retail investors that came to the stock market in 2020. Let me play you this clip.
The UK has applied to join a trade alliance with Asia-Pacific countries.
It's a really exciting opportunity for UK companies to enter Asia-Pacific. There's huge opportunities for investors to find investment opportunities.
Now let's look at the ever-growing UK tech sector.
It's been growing quite rapidly over the course of the last 5 years. Investment has really increased and is now at record heights. Right now, we're third behind China and the United States.
So as you can see, the stock market just got very crowded, okay? And all these retail investors are asking themselves right now, where LAMBO? Exactly. So, and this is the first correction actually. If the people went into the stock market end of last year or just after March, then basically they just knew one direction, and this is up. But don't get me wrong, I really feel this is something good for the market, because there's actually three things that you can do with your money or with your income, all right? So it doesn't matter if it's profits from your company, if it's, your monthly salary. You can either consume, right? If you consume too much, well, that's not so great. Then you can save, which is much better than consume. But still, if you just save, well, you are losing for sure, because there's inflation. So 2 to 3% are just vaporizing every single year. And then the third thing is investing. And investing is, in this sense, great because you are fighting against the inflation. And on the other side, you can let your money work for you than other way around, which is actually a great idea to do. And the best mixture is basically save and invest. I did this many years, and look where I'm now, financially free. Sometimes even when I try to buy myself something as a birthday present, like I bought this recent Rolex for myself, it's, just something that I really consider, okay, what could I buy that is financially correct, right? What makes it most smart way to spend money? Because a Rolex, in the end of the day, in a couple of years, it will still have a great value, the same value, just inflation adjusted. So if you want to have this model of Rolex, then you have to buy, to pay the price that I want to have, and it's most probably including the inflation of the money. And the other case is that maybe it's even more valued than I actually bought it for, So, if you consider this kind of things, then being on the stock market is quite interesting. What is wrong, guys, okay? What is wrong is really going without any research into things like GameStop or other stock. It can be quite dangerous, because if you don't understand why a company is doing well and what is the potential upside for the company, and if there is, risks for the companies, it's very hard to estimate winners over losers. And specifically those stocks that just went up over time, and the people say, oh, I buy this stock because it went up, is totally wrong. You do also not the same with a house, right? You don't go out and say, okay, let's buy this house because I heard about it, So you do some due diligence. You say, okay, where are schools next by? How are the neighbors? What is the criminality in this area, right? How is the rent, if I want to rent it? So there's so many things that you consider at the purchase of a home, that exactly this kind of research and mindset, you should invest into the stock market. So you can now imagine how many of those 10 million retail investors, 60% most probably by Robinhood only, could now feel into the first correction. I mean, if we are looking into the stock market, and I recommend always, if you want to start, you can start immediately. You can put in money into a broker and buy the S&P 500. I mean, you can basically do nothing wrong, okay? And while the money is already generating more money, you can make some research, you can, set yourself up for those specific investments that you want to do in the future, and find, with a nice strategy, great companies to buy in. So if you're looking now into the S&P, for example. And this is quite interesting because though lots of these trendy stocks lost a lot of value, you can see that over the last couple of 3 months, specifically, in the February, where we had like most of the all-time highs of the stocks, then we lost a little bit also in the S&P, but then, gained, and we are almost at all-time highs. So you can see here, investing in an S&P 500 in a basket of stocks is quite interesting, because if you are looking in the same time, for example, into Tesla, right, you would lose 30%, and that's only just a small part, because in the end of the day people are using options, leverage products, and are just mind-blowing myself how with such risk they treat it with their own capital. That's for some people is very much money that they put into the stock market. So in the conclusion, I would love to say that in general it's something great, okay? If people are taking their finances and their own decision to invest their money rather to save it or to blow it on stupid consumer products, it's fantastic to have them around, okay? So welcome to the team. Well, there is definitely the research part and the, educational part, which you can learn by being subscribed to this kind of channels, right? I mean, Meet Kevin, Financial Education, super great channels out there that gives you for free really great how to invest into the stock markets. And in the end of the day, there's also some really intense online courses, like for example my own x10masterclass.com, where you can go and watch 100 episodes of what is the stock, how to invest in stock. These are the first 50%, and then the next 50% I will explain you how I invest into the market, where I'm researching, why I'm thinking every investment that I put my money into should 10x, and how to find them, like we found Tesla. And since the first time I bought Tesla, the stock went 12-15 times the value. So you can imagine how successful this was for me, and for many other subscribers as well that followed here this channel. So I believe that you should be really aware that this retail situation, and whatever, this is a nice meme, for example, where the first time 18 years old investors look like when they invest first time in the stock market. They feel great and they feel like, big shots. But it's much more to that if you want to stay a big shot because you make a lot of money, and maybe at some point so much money that you can quit your job. I think this should be your main goal. And let me know in the comments below what you think about all of this retail wave. Maybe you are one of them. If you have any questions, go to this section and let me know. I'm absolutely reading every single comment. I try to reply to every single comment. I'm super glad that you guys are here, and I appreciate that. And let's take it on, right? I mean, the stock market is something great, can be something great to make money, and the money should work for you. And don't forget, the grass is greener on the other side.